I'm here with Peter, who's from just outside Glasgow. Whereabouts?
A little place called Straven in Lanarkshire.
A little place called Straven. Okay. I don't know where that is. Okay, I hold my hands up. I don't know where it is.
Not a lot of people do. So
Oh, okay. So I'll go a little bit better then. Look, so we drew 1-1. What was your view on the game? How did you see it?
Well, I didn't think it was a good performance by Celtic, but I think the good things that came out of it were we scored the goal against Run the Play in the first half. I think it was a good goal from what I hear. I didn't see it myself, but
it was a good goal. Made a cross the ball in, and Jota got in front of the defender. Bam.
Yeah, good goal. But I think when I arrived at Finnegan's today, we went into the second half, and it didn't really feel as though Celtic were 1-0 up the way they were playing. Rangers were pretty much on top, and it didn't surprise me that they equalised. But I think the main thing is today that we got the draw. I think that's pretty much, that's the league secured. I don't think we're going to lose any more games. And I think Ange Postecoglou's done a great job. And I think it's important to point out that I think you could see that Ange wasn't pleased with the performance today. I think he was pleased with the result, but I don't think he was pleased with the performance. And I think a few of the Celtic players would have been given a talking to at half time and at full time as well, because I don't think the performance today was good enough.
So basically, you're on the same, way of thinking of Ange, okay? You don't think, you wasn't pleased with the performance, but you're pleased with the result, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I think the difficulty for Rangers was that they had to stop us from getting any. They had to close the gap, and they didn't do that today. And so the only chance that they had of winning the league was maybe closing the gap and then hoping that Celtic lost another game. Now, personally, I don't think that was ever going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think that now that's been taken out of the equation because we're still 6 points ahead. So I don't think Celtic are in any worse a position than they were when they went into the game. But I think it would have been nice to have won it, because then that would have said, people would have said, yeah, that's a league done. Even people that didn't support Celtic would have said that Celtic had won the league.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that, yeah. Now, look, the question I want to ask you though, Peter, is why do you think we didn't perform to our normal levels? I mean, this is the second time we played them. We played them in the FA Cup Scottish semi-final, and we weren't playing at our level. And today was basically the same. Too many misplaced passes. We were scrappy at some stages of the game. And they were winning the second ball more often than not. What do you think was the problem?
I think they were a little bit too nervous. I really think, when you look at the other games, like for instance the previous game where they won by a number of goals, they were much more relaxed.
When we won 3-0, and we could have scored 5, 6, 7 goals.
Exactly, and I think they were much more relaxed. I think to a certain extent, because of the success that Rangers have had in Europe this year, they've been a little bit more nervous against Rangers than what we should have been. And I think what disappointed me today was that there was a huge opportunity for Celtic to exploit the fact that Rangers had a big game on Thursday night and had actually lost. For them to have really gone for Rangers and got a big result against them, I think that was a disappointment. I think they could have done that today.
Okay, I hear that, but let me ask you another question. Considering the rivalry between the two teams, and the rivalry is fierce, no shadow of a doubt there, there was always going to be, the possibility that they were going to be up for it, even with the players they had missing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
and I think they showed that today.
Absolutely.
So, do you think that they stepped up their game as they did in the Scottish FA Cup final because it's us?
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, you would expect any team to do that. I remember I watched Celtic playing against Rangers when they won, when they reached the UEFA Cup final in 2003, and you would have thought Celtic reached the semi-final and then had a league game against Rangers at Ibrox. And everybody thought they were going to lose that game. But Celtic won it, and the only reason they won it was because they were just running off adrenaline from the previous game where they reached the Europa League final. So I think there was a little bit of that in there today. But I still don't think it excuses the fact that Celtic had a massive opportunity to win that game today. To put the league to bed, really.
Well, yeah,
A bit disappointing.
I hear what you're saying. Okay, I don't think we were playing up to our normal levels today as well. I think you have a point when you talk about nerves. Okay, I think that may have played a part in it. I agree with you. Okay, right. Happy with the result. Not too happy with the performance, but that's going to happen. But I also think that them lot down the road are very, very, very high on confidence at the moment, even though they lost. Because look, let's be honest, okay? Theoretically, mathematically, they are still online to do the treble. Okay, now. I can't see us losing the league, okay? So, as far as I'm concerned, we've got the double in the bag.
Yeah.
But that would still leave them with a potential double.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of incentive there, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. But I still think, you would hope that Hearts would show a bit of fight in the semi-final. In the final against Hearts.
Yeah.
I think Hearts are a good team. I think Celtic has struggled against them a couple of times this season, and so have Rangers actually. So you would hope that Hearts would come with their A game, because that's the only thing that Hearts can win this season. So
domestically,
absolutely, and I think that it's a big occasion for Hearts. And it's not beyond the realms of possibility that they could win it. They've done it before. They won a Scottish Cup final against Rangers previously. I think it was in 1998. So, I think Hearts have been a bit of a surprise this season, because they've cemented third place in the league. They played some good football. They've given Celtic and Rangers trouble a couple of times when they played them. So there's a potential there for Hearts to overturn the apple cart, as it were, and win that game.
An upset. Okay,
absolutely.
Let's call it an upset.
Definitely.
Okay. So who are you going to be supporting?
That's easy, Hearts.
That makes two of us. So come on, Hearts, yeah? Look. Are you happy with the way the season has gone so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I think back to the start of the season, I wasn't too sure about Ange.
Who was?
I don't think anybody was, and I think not many people knew about his background and how much experience he had, but I think he's brought a very good brand of football to Celtic this season. I think they played exciting football. I think the signings that made have been very effective. If you think about Hitati and a couple of the other Japanese signings that he's made have been very, very good. Much better than what people expected, because they didn't know much about them. But I also think players like Tom Rogic have stepped up to the plate, with an Australian managing the side. I think he's tried a little bit harder, and I think the season has been a good. I think overall, I don't think anyone would have any complaints about Celtic winning the league. I think they've been the best team in Scotland this season. definitely.
Okay. Look, I completely agree. Okay, nobody expected us to be competing for the league this season. We've got it in the bag now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ours to lose. Okay, I can't see that happening. We're on for the double. Okay, we just need to win the next game, and that's it. It's in the bag. They're on for a double as well, yeah. Okay, you can't take nothing away from them. Considering that Giovanni Van Bronckhorst came into his position midway through the season.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he's done a decent job.
Yeah, he has.
And I think it's going to be very, very exciting next season and very, very contested. But I also believe that Ange will take us to the next level.
Yeah.
He did say, "Don't judge me on the first season, judge me on the second." So I'm looking forward to it.
But I think the other important thing to say about next season is that I think that Ange can use today as proof to the Celtic board that he needs new players. He needs more players in the summer.
Well, the Celtic
if they're going to win
board,
the league again, they need more players in.
Yeah, but the Celtic board have backed Ange.
Yeah.
All the way through, and now we're going to have 40 million in the bank.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Win the league, 40 million in the bank. I believe the board will continue backing him. So.
And I think the important thing is that Ange can use that as proof that he needs new players today. Because we didn't play well, and I think that he would want a team that can perform better in those circumstances against Rangers.
I hear what you're saying, Pete. I hear what you're saying, but I do believe that Ange trusts these players, okay? Or trust most of them. I think the only players that will go out will be Ayeti, Sorrow, the ones on the fringe that aren't getting in. Now, we don't know about Karamoko, we don't know about Julian. I can't understand why they're not playing, and why they're not getting game time at the moment. Only Ange knows. And I think Ange will have identified the positions that he wants to bolster. I think the board will back him. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think we've only got, positives this season. And positives to look forward to. So, look, I'm happy with that. Really, I don't have any more to say.
No, I mean, I'm looking forward to next season because I think, given the purchases he bought in January, I think he's been very effective in the signings he's made. And I think in the summer, if he's allowed to buy players, he'll buy good players that can come in and improve the team, which I think is an important thing.
Definitely. All right, okay, well listen, Peter, thank you for your time. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Shout out to Frank McHenry, who's a regular here in Finnegan's. He's going to be ordained into the priesthood in the summer.
Congratulations,
so big shout out to him, because it's been a struggle, but he's got there in the end, which is absolutely fantastic. And I know you guys here in Finnegan's are going to miss him when he goes back to Scotland. So.
Oh, definitely. But we will be in Scotland to visit Frank. Okay, that goes without saying. We'll organise that.
You can't miss him.
Absolutely. Okay, well there you have it. From Pete, from me, we're out.